Welcome to Vitality Hub, where we dive into the essential elements that fuel a healthier, more vibrant life. If you're looking to unlock the best ways to nourish your body, mind, and spirit, you're in the right place. Today, we're exploring one of the most important topics for seniors: nutrition, and specifically, the best and worst nuts you should consider. Whether you're looking to boost your heart health, improve digestion, or support your brain, we've got you covered. Number 1. Walnuts. As the body ages, nutritional needs shift to accommodate changes in metabolism, bone density, cognitive function, and cardiovascular health. Seniors are particularly vulnerable to chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, and nutrient deficiencies, all of which contribute to age-related diseases. Among the array of natural foods beneficial to aging populations, walnuts stand out as a superfood uniquely suited for senior wellness. These tree nuts are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, fiber, and bioactive plant compounds that directly support brain function, heart health, and healthy aging. Rich source of plant-based omega-3 fatty acids. One of the defining features of walnuts is their exceptionally high content of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. Just 28 grams, approximately 7 to 9 walnut halves, provide around 2.5 grams of ALA, the highest among all tree nuts. Omega-3 fatty acids are critical for reducing systemic inflammation, a driving factor behind many chronic diseases affecting seniors, including arthritis, Alzheimer's disease, cardiovascular disease, and type 2 diabetes. ALA plays a role in regulating inflammatory responses by acting as a precursor for eicosanoids, molecules that modulate immune reactions. Although ALA is not as potent as EPA and DHA found in fish oil, research indicates that regular ALA intake reduces C-reactive protein levels, an inflammatory marker often elevated in seniors. A clinical trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that higher ALA intake was associated with a 10% lower risk of cardiovascular disease and reduced all-cause mortality. Furthermore, the conversion rate of ALA to DHA may be low, but the brain can still benefit from it, especially when fish consumption is limited. Supports brain health and cognitive function. Cognitive decline is a major concern as people age. Seniors may experience memory loss, slower processing speed, or conditions like mild cognitive impairment, MCI, and Alzheimer's disease. Walnuts contain several neuroprotective compounds that collectively support brain function. Firstly, the omega-3 ALA in walnuts helps maintain the structural integrity of brain cell membranes, facilitates neurotransmission, and supports cerebral blood flow. Additionally, walnuts are rich in polyphenol and flavonoids, which act as antioxidants that protect brain cells from oxidative damage. A study in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease showed that walnut consumption improved learning and memory in aged rats, suggesting neuroprotective effects. In humans, the Walnut and Healthy Aging (WA) study conducted over 2 years with older adults found that those consuming walnuts showed better scores on cognitive assessments compared to those who did not, especially in areas of memory and verbal reasoning. Moreover, melatonin is present in trace amounts in walnuts, and since melatonin secretion declines with age, this could support sleep cycles and circadian rhythm, key factors in maintaining mental clarity and reducing the risk of cognitive disorders. Cardiovascular health support. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death in individuals over the age of 65. Walnuts contribute to cardiovascular health through multiple mechanisms. They are rich in unsaturated fats, including both monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, which have been linked to improved lipid profiles. In a study published in Circulation, seniors who incorporated walnuts into their diet over 6 months experienced significant reductions in LDL cholesterol and total cholesterol, along with improvements in endothelial function. Endothelial dysfunction is a precursor to atherosclerosis and is especially problematic in older adults. Walnuts also contain L-arginine, an amino acid that serves as a precursor to nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes blood vessels and reduces blood pressure. This is vital for seniors, many of whom suffer from hypertension or arterial stiffness. Furthermore, walnuts help reduce platelet aggregation and improve vasodilation, both of which reduce the risk of clot formation and stroke. Anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Chronic inflammation is a hallmark of aging, often referred to as inflammaging. It is linked to many degenerative diseases, including arthritis, cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. Walnuts contain multiple anti-inflammatory compounds, including polyphenol, elagitannins, and vitamin E in the form of gamma-tocopherol. Gamma-tocopherol has unique properties not shared with alpha-tocopherol, the form more commonly found in supplements. It can neutralize nitrogen-based free radicals and has been associated with reduced inflammation markers in older adults. A clinical trial involving older subjects who consumed walnuts daily showed lowered levels of inflammatory markers such as IL-6 and TNF-alpha. These are particularly relevant to seniors because their immune systems are often in a state of low-grade inflammation, which contributes to fatigue, muscle loss, and disease progression. Elagitannins, another bioactive component in walnuts, are metabolized by gut bacteria into urolithins, compounds known to possess anti-inflammatory and anti-aging effects. Urolithin A, for example, enhances mitochondrial function, which declines with age. Supports gut health. A healthy gut microbiome is crucial for nutrient absorption, immune function, and even mental health, all of which can deteriorate with age. Walnuts have been shown to promote the growth of beneficial gut bacteria such as lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, while decreasing harmful ones. In a randomized controlled trial, older adults who consumed walnuts for 8 weeks exhibited improved gut microbiome diversity, which is linked to reduced inflammation and improved immune resilience. The dietary fiber in walnuts also plays a role in promoting satiety and regular bowel movements, both important for seniors who may struggle with constipation due to reduced physical activity or medication side effects. Supports bone and joint health. While not as rich in calcium as almonds, walnuts contain magnesium, phosphorus, and trace minerals like manganese and copper, all of which are important for maintaining bone density and joint health. Magnesium deficiency is common in the elderly and contributes to osteoporosis and frailty. The anti-inflammatory effects of walnuts can also be beneficial for seniors suffering from osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis. Reducing systemic inflammation helps alleviate joint pain and stiffness, improving mobility and quality of life. Helps with weight management. While high in calories, walnuts are surprisingly beneficial for weight management when consumed in moderation. The fats, fiber, and protein in walnuts contribute to increased satiety, reducing overall calorie intake. Seniors, who often struggle with appetite control, either eating too little or too much, can benefit from walnuts as a nutrient-dense snack that satisfies hunger without spiking blood sugar. A study in diabetes, obesity, and metabolism found that walnut consumption was associated with decreased appetite and altered brain activity related to food cravings. This makes walnuts particularly useful for seniors with prediabetes or metabolic syndrome. Skin aging is a visible sign of overall aging, and oxidative stress accelerates wrinkles, dryness, and reduced skin elasticity. Walnuts provide nutrients like vitamin E, polyphenol, and omega-3 fatty acids, which nourish the skin and support its barrier function. The anti-inflammatory properties of walnuts help reduce conditions such as eczema or psoriasis, which are more common among older adults due to immune system changes. Hydrated, well-nourished skin is also less prone to injuries, an important consideration for the elderly who may be on blood thinners or have delayed wound healing. Supports thyroid function. Walnuts contain selenium in modest amounts and are also rich in magnesium, two nutrients vital for proper thyroid function. While not as selenium-rich as Brazil nuts, the combination of magnesium, manganese, and copper supports enzymatic processes required for thyroid hormone production and conversion. Many seniors, especially women, face hypothyroidism or subclinical thyroid issues. Including walnuts in the diet may support the thyroid indirectly by reducing inflammation and ensuring a steady supply of essential trace elements. Practical tips for senior consumption. Recommended serving, 7 to 9 walnut halves per day, approximately 1 ounce, provides an ideal balance between nutritional benefit and caloric load. Storage. Because walnuts are rich in oil, they can become rancid if not stored properly. Seniors should keep them in airtight containers in the refrigerator to preserve freshness and prevent oxidation. Preparation. While raw walnuts are ideal, lightly toasting them can enhance flavor. Avoid those coated with sugar, salt, or chocolate, which add empty calories and negate health benefits. Integration into meals. Walnuts can be added to oatmeal, yogurt, salads, or consumed as a snack. For seniors with dental issues, ground walnuts or walnut butter may be easier to consume. Walnuts are among the most nutritious foods seniors can incorporate into their daily diet. Their unique combination of omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, fiber, and micronutrients offers a multifaceted approach to healthy aging. From supporting cognitive function and heart health to reducing inflammation and improving gut microbiota, walnuts address many of the most pressing health challenges faced by older adults. When consumed in moderation and stored properly, they are not only safe but profoundly beneficial in promoting longevity, vitality, and improved quality of life in the senior years. Let me know when you're ready for the next nut breakdown. Almonds and their benefits for seniors. As individuals age, the body undergoes various physiological changes that affect nutritional needs, metabolism, immunity, bone density, and cardiovascular health. For seniors, eating nutrient-dense foods becomes essential to maintaining vitality, preventing age-related illnesses, and improving overall quality of life. Among the healthiest and most versatile nuts available, almonds offer a rich nutritional profile that makes them especially beneficial for aging adults. With their high content of calcium, magnesium, fiber, healthy fats, and vitamin E, almonds support bone strength, cardiovascular health, digestion, and more. Nutritional powerhouse for aging bodies. A 1-ounce serving of almonds, approximately 23 whole almonds, contains about 160 calories, 6 grams of protein, 14 grams of fat, primarily monounsaturated, 3.5 grams of fiber, 76 milligrams of calcium, and 7.27 milligrams of vitamin E. These figures are significant, especially considering the needs of seniors who may consume smaller meal portions due to slower digestion or reduced appetite. Almonds are one of the few nuts that provide a notable amount of calcium, which is crucial for bone health, a major concern for seniors. They also contain riboflavin, niacin, manganese, copper, zinc, and biotin, all of which support immune function, energy metabolism, and cellular repair in older adults. Supports bone strength and prevents osteoporosis. As people age, bone density naturally decreases, especially in postmenopausal women and elderly men. This decline in bone mass increases the risk of fractures, spinal deformities, and decreased mobility. Almonds help combat this through their impressive calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus content. Magnesium, often overlooked in discussions about bone health, plays a critical role in converting vitamin D into its active form, which is essential for calcium absorption. Approximately 60% of the body's magnesium is stored in the bones, and many older adults are deficient in this mineral due to poor dietary intake or medication interference. Scientific studies show that seniors who consume adequate magnesium have significantly higher bone mineral density in the hip and spine. Coupled with calcium and phosphorus from almonds, this trio supports skeletal integrity and reduces the risk of osteoporosis and related complications. Promotes heart health and reduces cholesterol. Cardiovascular disease remains a leading cause of death in the elderly population. Almonds support heart health in multiple ways, primarily through their high content of monounsaturated fats, vitamin E, and plant sterols. Monounsaturated fats are known to reduce low-density lipoprotein, LDL, cholesterol while maintaining or even raising high-density lipoprotein, HDL, cholesterol. In older adults, controlling cholesterol levels is vital for preventing atherosclerosis, stroke, and heart attacks. A controlled clinical trial demonstrated that daily almond consumption significantly reduced LDL cholesterol levels over 6 weeks in older participants. This cholesterol-lowering effect is attributed to both the healthy fats and the presence of soluble fiber, which binds to bile acids in the gut and promotes cholesterol excretion. Additionally, almonds are rich in arginine, an amino acid that helps relax blood vessels, thereby improving circulation and lowering blood pressure, another risk factor for heart disease among seniors. Powerful antioxidant protection through vitamin E. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant, and almonds are one of the best natural sources of this nutrient. A single ounce provides about 37% of the recommended daily intake. Vitamin E protects cell membranes from oxidative damage by neutralizing free radicals, unstable molecules that accelerate aging and contribute to diseases like Alzheimer's and cancer. As seniors are particularly vulnerable to oxidative stress due to natural declines in antioxidant defense systems, a consistent source of dietary antioxidants becomes essential. Studies have shown that higher blood levels of vitamin E are associated with a reduced risk of cognitive decline and improved immune function in the elderly. Vitamin E also plays a role in maintaining skin elasticity and moisture, both of which are important for preventing skin breakdown and infections in older adults. Supports digestive health and regularity. Constipation is a common concern among seniors due to decreased gastrointestinal motility, reduced fluid intake, and the side effects of medications. Almonds offer a practical solution by providing both insoluble and soluble fiber, which help add bulk to stool and facilitate easier bowel movements. A 1-ounce serving contains around 3.5 grams of dietary fiber, and regular consumption has been linked to improved gut transit time and microbial diversity. Almonds have been shown to act as prebiotics, feeding the beneficial bacteria in the gut such as bifidobacteria and lactobacillus. These microbes not only enhance digestion but also support immune function and mental health through the gut-brain axis. For seniors with sensitive digestion, soaking almonds overnight can make them easier to chew and digest while preserving their nutrient content. Helps manage blood sugar levels. Older adults are at increased risk of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes due to age-related metabolic changes. Almonds are low in carbohydrates yet high in healthy fats, fiber, and protein, all of which contribute to better glycemic control. The presence of magnesium is particularly important. Magnesium enhances insulin sensitivity and plays a role in glucose metabolism. Clinical studies have shown that individuals with higher magnesium intake have a lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. In a controlled feeding trial, individuals who added almonds to carbohydrate-rich meals experienced a slower rise in blood sugar levels and lower postprandial glucose spikes. This makes almonds an excellent snack or meal addition for diabetic seniors or those managing prediabetes. Aids in weight management. While nuts are calorie-dense, research shows that they are not associated with weight gain when consumed in moderation. In fact, almonds can assist in weight management by increasing satiety, reducing overall food intake, and improving body composition. The protein and fiber in almonds help promote feelings of fullness. Moreover, not all the fat in almonds is fully absorbed by the body. Some is excreted due to the nut's tough cell structure. This means the actual caloric impact is less than what nutrition labels suggest. For seniors concerned about weight gain but needing nutrient-dense foods, almonds offer a solution that satisfies hunger without contributing to empty calories or blood sugar spikes. Improves skin and hair health. Aging often brings noticeable changes to the skin and hair, including dryness, thinning, and loss of elasticity. Almonds provide several nutrients that support healthy aging of the skin and hair, including vitamin E, biotin, and zinc. Vitamin E helps protect the skin from UV damage and supports collagen production. Biotin, a B-complex vitamin found in almonds, is essential for maintaining healthy hair follicles and preventing hair thinning, a common concern in seniors. Zinc helps repair damaged skin and accelerates wound healing, which can be slower in older adults. Regular almond intake may contribute to a more youthful appearance, improved skin barrier function, and healthier, shinier hair. Supports cognitive function and brain aging. Cognitive aging affects memory, attention, and problem-solving skills. Almonds provide a combination of nutrients that help preserve brain function. In addition to vitamin E, which protects neural membranes, almonds supply riboflavin and niacin, both involved in energy metabolism in brain cells. Studies show that older adults with higher nut consumption, including almonds, perform better on memory and executive function tests. Almonds also help reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, both of which are known to impair cognitive performance. Emerging research suggests that diets enriched with nuts may even help delay the onset of neurodegenerative conditions such as Alzheimer's disease, especially when combined with other healthy lifestyle practices. Dental and oral health considerations. Almonds are relatively hard, which may pose a chewing challenge for seniors with dental issues. However, this can be easily addressed by consuming slivered almonds, almond butter, or soaked almonds. These forms retain the nutritional benefits while being gentler on aging teeth and gums. Almonds are also rich in phosphorus and calcium, which contribute to the remineralization of tooth enamel and strengthen the jawbone, important factors in preserving oral health and preventing tooth loss. Practical tips for senior consumption. Recommended serving: 15 to 20 whole almonds per day, approximately 1 ounce, offers optimal benefits without excessive calorie intake. Form: choose raw or dry roasted almonds without added salt or sugar. Avoid honey roasted or oil fried varieties. Storage: keep almonds in an airtight container in a cool, dark place to prevent oxidation of oils. Refrigeration can extend shelf life. Preparation: for easier digestion and better nutrient absorption, soak almonds overnight and peel the skins before consumption. Almonds are one of the most valuable additions to a senior's diet due to their nutrient density and wide-ranging health benefits. From supporting strong bones and a healthy heart to promoting digestive health, managing blood sugar, and protecting brain function, almonds address many key concerns of aging. When consumed regularly and in appropriate portions, almonds provide essential nutrients that help seniors maintain their independence, energy, and quality of life. For elderly individuals looking to age gracefully and healthily, almonds are a small but mighty investment in long-term wellness. Number 3. Pistachios. As people age, maintaining optimal health becomes a multifaceted effort that involves balanced nutrition, regular physical activity, and proper medical care. Among the dietary choices that support healthy aging, nuts play a pivotal role due to their dense nutrient profile. In particular, pistachios stand out as an excellent option for seniors. They offer a unique combination of protein, fiber, potassium, healthy fats, antioxidants, and protective compounds that address many age-related concerns. With their vibrant green color and naturally mild flavor, pistachios are not only enjoyable to eat but also deliver measurable health benefits. They are one of the lowest-calorie nuts, making them ideal for older adults managing weight, blood sugar, and cardiovascular risks. Their positive effects extend to heart health, blood pressure regulation, eye protection, digestion, and metabolic balance. Nutritional profile that supports healthy aging. A 1-ounce serving of pistachios, about 49 kernels, contains approximately 159 calories, 6 grams of protein, 13 grams of fat, mostly unsaturated, 3 grams of fiber, and 291 milligrams of potassium, more than most other nuts and even higher than that found in a small banana. They also provide magnesium, vitamin B6, phosphorus, thiamine, and antioxidants such as lutein and zeaxanthin. This powerful nutritional profile directly supports the needs of seniors, who often deal with issues like muscle loss, high blood pressure, poor digestion, and vision decline. Supports cardiovascular health and blood pressure regulation. Heart disease remains one of the leading causes of death among older adults. Pistachios help support cardiovascular health by offering a high concentration of monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, which are known to reduce LDL, bad cholesterol, and improve HDL, good cholesterol. Multiple studies have shown that regular consumption of pistachios leads to improved lipid profiles and vascular function. In older individuals, one of the most important nutrients for heart health is potassium, which pistachios deliver abundantly. Potassium helps balance sodium levels in the blood, reduce arterial stiffness, and lower blood pressure. In fact, diets rich in potassium are consistently associated with a reduced risk of stroke and heart attack. Additionally, pistachios contain arginine, a precursor to nitric oxide, which plays a critical role in relaxing blood vessels and improving circulation, especially important for aging arteries and capillaries that naturally lose elasticity over time. Aids in blood sugar management. Seniors often experience changes in glucose metabolism that make them more susceptible to insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. Pistachios, although technically rich in fats, have a very low glycemic index and are high in protein and fiber, all of which help to stabilize blood sugar levels after meals. Scientific research has shown that adding pistachios to carbohydrate-rich meals results in a lower postprandial glucose response, reducing blood sugar spikes and enhancing insulin sensitivity. Furthermore, the magnesium content in pistachios contributes to improved glucose uptake and insulin action, offering further protection against metabolic disorders. For seniors managing prediabetes or diabetes, pistachios can be a valuable addition to a meal or snack plan without raising glycemic load. Enhances eye health with lutein and zeaxanthin. Age-related macular degeneration, AMD, and cataracts are among the most common causes of vision loss in older adults. Unlike most other nuts, pistachios are a rich natural source of lutein and zeaxanthin, two carotenoids that accumulate in the retina and lens of the eye, where they act as filters for harmful blue light and oxidative stress. The intake of these compounds has been shown to reduce the risk and progression of macular degeneration and maintain visual acuity over time. Pistachios, when consumed regularly, help ensure an adequate supply of these eye-specific antioxidants, supporting long-term eye health and reducing the dependency on supplements or vision aids. Promotes digestive regularity and gut health. With advancing age, many individuals experience slower digestion and issues like constipation or bloating. Pistachios contain both soluble and insoluble fiber, which contribute to digestive efficiency and bowel regularity. They also function as prebiotics, encouraging the growth of beneficial gut bacteria. Scientific studies have shown that pistachios increase levels of bifidobacteria and lactobacilli, two microbial strains associated with immune support, anti-inflammatory activity, and nutrient absorption. A healthy gut microbiome is also linked to improved mood and cognitive performance, highlighting the importance of pistachios not only for digestion but for overall well-being. Protein for muscle preservation and function. Muscle mass and strength tend to decline with age, a condition known as sarcopenia. This loss of muscle function can lead to reduced mobility, frailty, and increased risk of falls. One way to combat this is by consuming high-quality plant protein, especially when it contains branched-chain amino acids, BCAAs, that support muscle repair. Pistachios offer complete protein, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids in adequate amounts, an uncommon trait among plant foods. In fact, pistachios contain more protein than most nuts by weight, making them ideal for seniors who may have reduced meat consumption or need plant-based sources of protein to support muscle maintenance. Helps manage weight without compromising nutrition. While older adults often experience slower metabolism, unintentional weight gain or weight loss can become health concerns. Pistachios strike a balance by being nutrient-dense yet relatively low in calories compared to other nuts. Because they are typically consumed in the shell, the act of shelling them slows the eating process, allowing satiety signals to register more effectively and reducing the likelihood of overconsumption. This behavioral mechanism has been studied in controlled environments and has been shown to result in significantly lower calorie intake compared to eating shelled pistachios. The fiber and protein content of pistachios also contribute to prolonged feelings of fullness, aiding in portion control and healthy weight maintenance. Supports brain function and cognitive aging. Cognitive decline and neurodegenerative conditions such as Alzheimer's disease are growing concerns for the aging population. Pistachios contain a variety of neuroprotective nutrients including vitamin B6, which plays a role in neurotransmitter production, and antioxidants like lutein and gamma-tocopherol, a form of vitamin E, that reduce inflammation and oxidative stress in the brain. A recent neuroimaging study found that pistachio consumption positively influenced brain wave activity associated with memory retention, learning, and cognitive performance. While more research is needed in senior populations, these initial findings suggest pistachios may support mental clarity and protect against cognitive aging. Boosts immune function naturally. The immune system becomes less responsive with age, making seniors more vulnerable to infections and illnesses. Pistachios offer zinc, vitamin B6, and antioxidants, which work together to enhance immune cell communication, repair tissue damage, and produce antibodies. Vitamin B6, in particular, is involved in over 100 enzymatic reactions related to immune health. A deficiency of this vitamin, which is common in older adults, can impair immune response and delay recovery from illness. Pistachios help close this gap in the diet while also offering selenium and copper, which further enhance immune resilience. Oral and dental health considerations. Pistachios are softer than some other nuts and generally safe for older adults with dental concerns. They can be chewed easily, especially when roasted, and provide phosphorus and calcium that support oral bone structure. For those with severe dental issues or dentures, pistachio butter or finely chopped pistachios can be used in smoothies, oatmeal, or yogurt. Practical tips for daily intake. Recommended serving: 1 ounce per day, about 49 pistachios, ideally in shell to reduce overeating and promote mindful eating. Form: choose unsalted, dry roasted pistachios to avoid excess sodium and unhealthy fats. Storage: keep in a sealed container in a cool, dark place. Refrigerate if storing for long periods to preserve freshness. Pairing ideas: add to Greek yogurt, sprinkle over steamed vegetables, blend into smoothies, or include in whole grain salads. Pistachios are one of the most senior-friendly nuts due to their superior nutrient density, heart protective qualities, eye protective antioxidants, and cognitive support properties. Their impact on digestion, muscle preservation, and blood sugar regulation further reinforces their importance in a well-balanced, age-conscious diet. When consumed mindfully and regularly, pistachios provide more than just flavor. They serve as a natural defense against many of the ailments associated with aging. Their broad spectrum of health benefits makes them a smart, satisfying, and scientifically backed addition to the daily nutrition plan of seniors seeking longevity, energy, and vitality. Number 4. Brazil nuts and their benefits for seniors. Aging brings about unique nutritional demands, and addressing these properly can help preserve quality of life, energy levels, and longevity. Among nature's most potent superfoods is the Brazil nut, a large, creamy-textured nut native to the Amazon rainforest. While often overlooked due to its size and rich taste, the Brazil nut is an essential dietary ally for seniors because of its exceptionally high selenium content and a broad range of nutrients that support the immune system, cognitive function, and thyroid regulation. Unlike other nuts, just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day can meet and even exceed the daily recommended intake of selenium, a powerful antioxidant mineral crucial for many functions of the aging body. Nutrient density in a single serving. A typical serving size of Brazil nuts is 1 ounce, 6 to 8 nuts, which provides about 187 calories, 4 grams of protein, 19 grams of fat, and 2 grams of carbohydrates, including dietary fiber. But the standout feature is selenium. A single Brazil nut can contain 68 to 91 micrograms of selenium, while the recommended daily intake for adults is 55 micrograms. This makes Brazil nuts the richest known natural source of selenium. Aside from selenium, Brazil nuts also offer magnesium, phosphorus, zinc, copper, thiamine, vitamin E, and healthy unsaturated fats. Together, these compounds create a nutrient synergy that provides targeted support for several aging-related conditions. Supports thyroid function in older adults. The thyroid plays a central role in metabolic health, energy regulation, and hormone balance. In seniors, thyroid dysfunction, particularly hypothyroidism, is increasingly common and often underdiagnosed. Symptoms include fatigue, cold sensitivity, weight gain, and mood disturbances. Selenium is critical for the conversion of the thyroid hormone T4 into the active form T3, and also helps reduce inflammation in the thyroid gland. Scientific studies show that selenium supplementation improves autoimmune thyroid conditions such as Hashimoto's thyroiditis and can reduce antithyroid antibodies. Brazil nuts offer a natural and effective way to maintain healthy thyroid function without the need for synthetic supplementation. Just one nut daily can provide enough selenium to support hormonal balance and metabolic efficiency, which is vital for maintaining strength and energy in older age. Enhances immune defense and inflammation control. As the immune system naturally declines with age, seniors become more vulnerable to infections, inflammation, and chronic disease. Selenium plays a key role in enhancing immune cell activity, reducing oxidative stress, and supporting glutathione peroxidase, an enzyme that protects the body from cellular damage. Clinical trials have demonstrated that selenium-deficient individuals who receive adequate selenium experience enhanced immunity and quicker recovery from illness. This is particularly important for older adults, whose immune responses may be blunted and slower to adapt. Brazil nuts also contain vitamin E and zinc, both of which contribute to immune health. Zinc assists with wound healing and immune cell communication, while vitamin E functions as a fat-soluble antioxidant that protects cellular membranes. Protects cognitive function and brain health. One of the more pressing concerns in older age is cognitive decline, including memory loss and the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Research indicates that selenium is important for brain health because of its ability to reduce oxidative stress, which is a contributing factor in neurodegenerative conditions. In one study, low selenium levels were found to be associated with poorer cognitive performance and increased brain aging. Another clinical trial involving older adults found that supplementation with Brazil nuts for 6 months significantly improved verbal fluency and executive functioning, while also lowering markers of oxidative damage. In addition to selenium, Brazil nuts contain phenolic compounds, tocopherols, and unsaturated fats, which may collectively support neuroplasticity, reduce brain inflammation, and preserve memory. Antioxidant power to combat cellular aging. Aging is strongly linked with oxidative stress, a condition where the body's antioxidant defense is overwhelmed by free radicals. This imbalance contributes to DNA damage, tissue breakdown, and age-related diseases such as arthritis, cancer, and cardiovascular conditions. Brazil nuts are an elite food when it comes to endogenous antioxidant activation, especially through selenium's role in glutathione production. Glutathione is sometimes called the master antioxidant because it helps recycle other antioxidants and repair damaged molecules. By boosting internal antioxidant levels, Brazil nuts help slow down the cellular aging process, protect against oxidative stress, and reduce chronic inflammation, a key driver of aging-related disorders. Heart health and cholesterol management. Although high in fat, Brazil nuts predominantly contain monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, which help regulate cholesterol levels and protect cardiovascular health. Selenium also plays a role in heart function by reducing inflammation in blood vessels and protecting against atherosclerosis. One study demonstrated that consuming just 4 Brazil nuts in a single sitting lowered LDL, bad cholesterol, levels within 9 hours, with sustained effects lasting for days. This makes Brazil nuts a rare example of a food with both immediate and long-term cholesterol-lowering effects. The magnesium and potassium in Brazil nuts also contribute to healthy blood pressure and fluid balance, both of which are essential for seniors managing hypertension. Supports bone density and joint function. Bone loss accelerates with age, especially in postmenopausal women, increasing the risk of fractures and osteoporosis. Brazil nuts provide magnesium, phosphorus, and copper, which are essential minerals for maintaining bone density and structural strength. Magnesium assists in calcium absorption, phosphorus is a critical bone mineral, and copper contributes to collagen formation in bones and connective tissues. While Brazil nuts are not as high in calcium as almonds, their combination of bone-protective nutrients makes them a strong ally for skeletal health. Additionally, their anti-inflammatory effects can help reduce symptoms of arthritis and joint discomfort, which commonly affect older adults. May improve mood and reduce anxiety. Mental health is a growing concern for seniors, particularly feelings of isolation, anxiety, and depression. Selenium deficiency has been linked in several studies to increased risk of depressive symptoms, while adequate selenium intake correlates with improved mood and reduced anxiety. Selenium is involved in the regulation of neurotransmitters such as serotonin and dopamine. Clinical trials indicate that restoring selenium levels through Brazil nut consumption can help stabilize mood and promote emotional well-being, especially in older populations. Caution: importance of moderation. While Brazil nuts offer substantial health benefits, overconsumption can be harmful due to their high selenium content. The tolerable upper intake level for selenium is 400 micrograms per day, and exceeding this can lead to selenium toxicity, also known as selenosis. Symptoms of selenium toxicity may include gastrointestinal upset, brittle hair and nails, metallic taste, fatigue, and in severe cases, nerve damage. For this reason, it is generally recommended that seniors limit intake to 1 to 2 Brazil nuts per day, which is sufficient to meet selenium requirements safely. This unique property makes Brazil nuts a less is more functional food, where small portions provide significant benefits without risk if consumed responsibly. Practical tips for incorporation. Recommended intake: 1 to 2 Brazil nuts per day. At best time, can be consumed in the morning to support metabolism and thyroid function, or at night for antioxidant repair. Pairing suggestions: add to oatmeal, crumble into yogurt, blend into smoothies, or eat alongside fruit for a balanced snack. Storage: due to high oil content, store in an airtight container in the refrigerator or freezer to prevent rancidity. Brazil nuts stand out as one of the most nutrient-dense and health-supportive foods available to seniors. Their unparalleled selenium content supports thyroid regulation, immune function, cognitive resilience, and antioxidant defense. Beyond selenium, their range of essential minerals, healthy fats, and bioactive compounds contribute to a comprehensive approach to healthy aging. However, moderation is crucial due to the potential for toxicity from overconsumption. With just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day, seniors can tap into one of the most powerful natural defenses against the health challenges of aging, without relying on synthetic supplements or complex routines. When viewed as a functional microdose superfood, Brazil nuts deliver longevity benefits in a small but mighty package, ideal for seniors looking to simplify their diet while maximizing health. While the previous section highlighted the 4 powerhouse nuts that can help seniors thrive: walnuts, almonds, pistachios, and Brazil nuts, it's equally important to acknowledge that not every nut is beneficial for the aging body. In fact, some nuts and nut-like foods that are popular or widely available can be harmful or problematic for seniors, especially when consumed frequently or in the wrong form. Age brings about changes in digestion, metabolism, immune function, dental health, and even medication interactions, making certain foods that were once tolerable more risky. What's concerning is that some of these so-called snacks often appear in appealing forms: salted, roasted, coated in oils, but hide dangers like mold contamination, inflammatory compounds, digestive irritants, and nutrient imbalances that can quietly contribute to chronic issues such as joint pain, poor circulation, kidney stones, or even cognitive decline. This next section explores 4 nuts, or nut-like legumes, that seniors are strongly advised to avoid or consume only in extremely limited amounts, especially when health, safety, and longevity are the goal. These include peanuts, technically a legume, cashews, macadamia nuts, and pine nuts. Each of these presents specific risks, whether it's mold toxicity, high sugar impact, interaction with medications, or excessive calorie density. Seniors deserve to understand why these nuts may no longer serve their bodies well, and which better alternatives to choose instead. Number 1. Peanuts, a risky legume disguised as a nut. Peanuts are a staple in many households, often praised for their affordability, taste, and protein content. They're found in everything from trail mixes to peanut butter, and they're commonly roasted, salted, or turned into snack bars. But despite their popularity, peanuts can pose multiple health risks for seniors, making them one of the least suitable choices when it comes to healthy aging. Though they masquerade as a nut, peanuts are actually legumes, in the same family as beans and lentils. This botanical classification is more than a technicality. It comes with important nutritional and biological differences that make peanuts fundamentally different from true nuts like almonds or walnuts. Below is a deep look at why peanuts may do more harm than good for older adults, especially those managing chronic conditions or on medications. High risk of aflatoxin contamination. One of the most serious concerns associated with peanuts is their high susceptibility to aflatoxin contamination. Aflatoxins are toxic compounds produced by a type of mold, Aspergillus flavus, that often grows on improperly stored peanuts, especially in warm, humid environments. Scientific studies have consistently shown that aflatoxins are carcinogenic, with a well-documented link to liver cancer and other forms of liver damage. Even low levels of chronic exposure can cause harm over time. Seniors, especially those with weakened immune systems or liver conditions, are more vulnerable to the toxic effects of aflatoxins than younger adults. Furthermore, aflatoxins have been shown to impair kidney function and may contribute to oxidative stress and DNA damage. This is particularly problematic for seniors who may already be managing age-related declines in liver or kidney function. High in inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids. Peanuts contain a high concentration of omega-6 fatty acids, specifically linoleic acid. While omega-6 are essential in small amounts, an imbalance between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids can lead to chronic inflammation in the body. Most modern diets, especially those that rely on processed snack foods like salted peanuts, contain far more omega-6 than omega-3. This imbalance can exacerbate joint pain or arthritis, common in older adults. Increase inflammatory markers linked to cardiovascular disease. Contribute to cognitive decline and neurodegenerative disorders by triggering chronic inflammation in the brain. Seniors are advised to prioritize anti-inflammatory foods, such as walnuts, which are rich in omega-3s, and reduce consumption of omega-6 heavy items like peanuts. Potential interactions with blood-thinning medications. Many seniors take anticoagulant medications, such as warfarin, to manage heart disease, atrial fibrillation, or risk of stroke. Peanuts contain moderate levels of vitamin K, a nutrient that plays a role in blood clotting. While not as concentrated as in leafy greens, the vitamin K in peanuts can interfere with blood-thinning medications, affecting their ability to prevent clots. This interaction may lead to increased risk of bleeding or clotting, depending on how the medication reacts to dietary intake. Seniors taking these medications must maintain consistent vitamin K intake, and introducing large or inconsistent amounts of peanuts can throw this balance off. Salt, oil, and processing issues. Most peanuts sold in stores are not raw, they're roasted in oil and heavily salted. This poses multiple problems. 1. Sodium overload. Seniors often need to follow low-sodium diets to manage high blood pressure, kidney function, or fluid retention. A single handful of salted peanuts can exceed the recommended sodium intake for a snack. 2. Refined oils. Many peanut products are roasted in inflammatory oils such as soybean or palm oil, which further contributes to the pro-inflammatory effect. 3. Additives and preservatives. Flavored or packaged peanut snacks may contain sugar, artificial sweeteners, preservatives, and flavor enhancers, all of which can irritate the digestive system or contribute to metabolic imbalance in seniors. Allergy concerns and sensitivities. Peanut allergy is one of the most common and potentially life-threatening food allergies, even for adults who didn't have it earlier in life. Although most people develop peanut allergies during childhood, some individuals may experience adult-onset peanut allergies, especially as the immune system changes with age. Even for those not allergic, peanuts can cause digestive discomfort, gas, bloating, or inflammation due to their dense protein structure and lectin content. Seniors with sensitive stomachs, IBS, or diverticulitis may notice gastrointestinal distress after consuming peanuts. High calorie and low nutrient density. Peanuts are calorie-dense and easy to overeat, especially in snack form. A quarter cup of roasted peanuts contains roughly 200 calories, most of it coming from fats. While this might seem beneficial for energy, the nutrient-to-calorie ratio is not ideal for seniors who need to get more vitamins and minerals per bite due to smaller appetites or metabolic shifts. Compared to almonds or pistachios, peanuts offer less fiber, fewer antioxidants, and fewer critical vitamins like vitamin E or magnesium. They may fill you up but don't contribute much to disease prevention or longevity. Dental concerns. Peanuts, particularly when dry roasted or eaten in clusters, like in brittle or bars, can be hard on aging teeth. Seniors with dental implants, sensitive gums, or weakened enamel may risk chipping, cracking, or irritation from chewing hard peanuts. This risk is amplified when peanuts are consumed in candy bars, granola mixes, or peanut brittle, where hard sugar coatings or clusters make chewing even more stressful on the teeth. A better alternative: choose almonds or pistachios. Seniors looking for a healthy snack with a similar crunch to peanuts are better off reaching for unsalted almonds or pistachios. These alternatives offer more fiber for digestion, better fats, including anti-inflammatory omega-3s, lower risk of mold contamination, greater nutritional value per calorie. They're also easier to portion and safer to combine with medications or specific dietary needs. Peanuts are everywhere, and while they may seem harmless or even healthy due to their protein content, the hidden risks are too significant to ignore, especially for seniors navigating complex health needs. From mold toxins and inflammation to medication interactions and dental strain, peanuts lack the protective benefits that true nuts offer. Cashews, a sweet-tasting risk with hidden dangers. Cashews are often praised for their creamy texture and mild, slightly sweet taste. They're a common addition to mixed nuts, desserts, vegan cheese alternatives, and stir-fries. To many, they feel like a luxurious treat, soft, tasty, and versatile. However, for seniors, cashews can pose several health challenges, especially when consumed regularly or in large quantities. Beneath their appealing surface lies a complex nutritional profile that may negatively impact blood sugar, kidney health, digestion, and even dental safety. Although cashews contain some beneficial nutrients, they're far from the optimal nut choice for aging bodies. Let's break down exactly why cashews are not a wise pick for senior diets, and what to consider before including them in any daily snack routine. High in carbohydrates, a blood sugar concern. Unlike most tree nuts, cashews are significantly higher in carbohydrates. Just 1 ounce, about 18 cashews, contains nearly 9 grams of carbs, most of it coming from starches and sugars. In contrast, almonds contain only about 2 to 3 grams of net carbs per ounce. This matters greatly for seniors, especially those managing type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, insulin resistance, or metabolic syndrome. The higher carbohydrate load in cashews can cause spikes in blood sugar, even in small servings. Scientific research has shown that glycemic control becomes more fragile with age, particularly due to slowed insulin production, reduced physical activity, and the natural weakening of the pancreas. Consuming high-carb nuts like cashews can unintentionally elevate post-meal glucose levels, increase insulin demand, lead to energy crashes or fatigue, contribute to long-term complications like nerve damage or eye disease. For seniors trying to stabilize energy levels and avoid metabolic stress, lower carb options like walnuts, almonds, or pecans are a safer route. Low in fiber, limited digestive support. Fiber plays a major role in healthy aging. It supports bowel regularity, gut microbiome balance, and blood sugar regulation. Unfortunately, cashews are lower in dietary fiber compared to most other nuts. Per ounce, cashews offer just about 0.9 grams of fiber, whereas almonds provide 3.5 grams and pistachios around 2.9 grams. This is a critical distinction, as many seniors already struggle with constipation, digestive sluggishness, and irregularity due to medications, reduced mobility, and changes in gut flora. A nut that offers calories without fiber is less effective at improving gut health and can even lead to bloating or slow digestion, particularly when eaten without pairing it with high-fiber foods. High oxalate content, a risk to kidney health. Cashews contain significant levels of oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that bind with calcium in the body. When this happens, calcium oxalate crystals can form, leading to kidney stones in susceptible individuals. Oxalates are especially concerning for seniors who have a history of kidney stones, are dehydrated or take diuretics, have reduced kidney function, consume other high oxalate foods, like spinach or beets. Scientific studies on dietary oxalates confirm their role in calcium oxalate stone formation, especially in adults over 60 with diminished renal filtration capacity. For this reason, many nephrologists recommend limiting oxalate-rich nuts like cashews in favor of low-oxalate alternatives such as macadamia nuts or pistachios. Soft texture but hidden choking hazard. Cashews may feel soft, especially compared to almonds or macadamias, but their curved shape and dry texture make them a surprising choking hazard, particularly for seniors who have dentures or missing teeth, difficulty chewing thoroughly, swallowing disorders, dysphagia, neurological conditions like Parkinson's or post-stroke complications. Chewing large or dry pieces of cashew can lead to accidental aspiration or obstruction, especially if eaten too quickly or without water. This is a serious risk in older adults, and one that often goes unrecognized until an incident occurs. Calorie-dense, easy to overeat. Like all nuts, cashews are calorie-dense. But what makes them especially tricky is that their creamy, buttery taste makes them easier to overconsume. A small handful of cashews, about 18 pieces, packs around 160 to 180 calories, most from fat and carbohydrates. Seniors who are trying to lose weight, manage appetite, or control portion sizes may find cashews more tempting and less satisfying compared to nuts that offer more fiber or a stronger flavor profile. Excess calorie intake from snacks, even seemingly healthy ones like nuts, can gradually lead to weight gain, blood sugar imbalances, or increased cholesterol, especially when exercise is limited. Allergenic potential and sensitivity. Cashews are also highly allergenic, and while they are often grouped with other tree nuts, cashew allergies tend to be more severe and unpredictable. Even if someone has tolerated cashews in the past, it's not unusual for age-related immune shifts to result in the onset of new sensitivities or gastrointestinal reactions. Some individuals report nausea, bloating, itching, or mild throat irritation after eating cashews, even when not allergic in the traditional sense. These symptoms can worsen when cashews are consumed raw or improperly processed, which occasionally happens in non-commercial sources. For seniors on multiple medications, immune suppressants, or with gut disorders, it's best to treat cashews with caution or avoid them altogether. Cashew products, even more problematic. Cashews are often found in processed forms like cashew butter, a vegan cheese spreads, cashew milk or creamers, trail mix coated in honey or chocolate. These products may contain added sugars, oils, thickeners, and preservatives, which compound the health risks. The nutrient-to-calorie ratio drops further, and the additives can irritate the stomach or interact poorly with medication. A better alternative: choose pistachios or walnuts. If you're looking for something creamy yet nutritious, pistachios or walnuts offer a safer, smarter choice. Pistachios provide protein, fiber, and antioxidants with a lower oxalate load. Walnuts deliver brain-boosting omega-3s and anti-inflammatory benefits without the high carb load. Both nuts are safer for kidneys, less likely to spike blood sugar, and more supportive of long-term cognitive and cardiovascular health. Cashews may seem innocent, soft, tasty, and satisfying, but beneath their pleasant texture lies a combination of nutritional drawbacks that simply don't support healthy aging. From high carbohydrates and oxalates to digestive and kidney risks, cashews should be consumed in strict moderation or eliminated entirely if health conditions require caution. By replacing cashews with more nutrient-dense, senior-friendly nuts, you're taking a proactive step toward preserving your energy, clarity, and overall wellness. Number 3. Macadamia nuts. A rich, calorie-dense risk for seniors. Macadamia nuts are widely recognized for their rich, buttery flavor, making them a sought-after treat in baked goods, gourmet snacks, and high-end desserts. Their smooth texture and delicate taste often elevate various dishes, from salads to nut butter spreads. However, despite their luxurious appeal, macadamia nuts are not ideal for seniors, especially those managing conditions like cardiovascular health issues, diabetes, or weight management challenges. In fact, macadamia nuts have several hidden health risks that should give seniors pause before incorporating them into their regular diet. Excessive calorie density, a risk to weight management. The primary concern with macadamia nuts is their extremely high calorie content. 1 ounce, about 10 to 12 macadamia nuts, can pack approximately 200 calories, which is among the highest calorie density of any nut. For seniors, maintaining a healthy weight is important for joint health, mobility, and heart function. Consuming too many calorie-dense foods without balancing overall caloric intake can lead to weight gain, especially when combined with a less active lifestyle. Weight gain can further exacerbate conditions like hypertension, diabetes, and sleep apnea, all of which are prevalent in the aging population. For seniors who are sedentary or have limited physical activity, the high calorie count of macadamia nuts is a significant concern, as it could lead to a caloric surplus and increase the risk of obesity-related diseases. High in saturated fat, a threat to heart health. Macadamia nuts, though often advertised as a heart-healthy food due to their monounsaturated fats, are also high in saturated fats. An ounce of macadamia nuts contains about 3.4 grams of saturated fat, which is roughly 16% of the recommended daily intake for a healthy adult. While monounsaturated fats, like those in olive oil and avocados, can help reduce bad cholesterol and improve heart health, saturated fats can raise LDL cholesterol levels, contributing to an increased risk of heart disease. This is particularly concerning for seniors who may already have an increased risk of cardiovascular disease, especially if they have high cholesterol levels, the history of heart attacks or strokes, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes. Several scientific studies have highlighted the connection between high saturated fat intake and the development of atherosclerosis, a condition where plaque builds up in the arteries, leading to blockages. For seniors looking to improve or maintain their heart health, it's better to opt for nuts with lower saturated fat content, such as pistachios, almonds, or walnuts. A challenge to teeth and dental health. As we age, maintaining dental health can become more challenging due to factors like gum recession, weakened tooth enamel, and the use of dentures or dental appliances. Despite their creamy texture, macadamia nuts can be particularly hard on teeth and dental work due to their dense, firm texture. Macadamias are notorious for being difficult to chew, especially when they're roasted or dry. Seniors with dentures or sensitive teeth may experience discomfort or even damage when attempting to chew macadamia nuts. The hard texture can lead to broken or cracked teeth, especially if the nuts are eaten quickly or without thorough chewing. For seniors who have chronic dental issues or struggle with chewing, macadamia nuts may pose an unnecessary risk, especially when softer, easier-to-chew alternatives like almonds, cashews, or walnuts exist. Increased sodium risk in processed forms. While raw macadamia nuts are naturally low in sodium, many commercially available macadamia products, such as roasted macadamia nuts or flavored macadamia snacks, are often heavily salted. Excessive salt intake can be a significant health risk for seniors, especially those with high blood pressure, kidney disease, or cardiovascular issues. A single ounce of salted macadamia nuts can contain up to 100 milligrams of sodium or more. The American Heart Association recommends seniors limit sodium intake to no more than 1,500 milligrams per day, as too much sodium can increase blood pressure, leading to heart strain, exacerbate fluid retention in individuals with kidney disease, lead to poor circulation, contributing to complications like edema or swollen limbs. Therefore, while unsalted macadamias are an option, the high calorie and fat content should still be considered before making them a regular part of the diet. The treat effect. Easy to overeat. Macadamia nuts are often classified as luxury nuts due to their rich, indulgent flavor. They are commonly eaten as a treat or indulgence, which can lead to mindless overeating. For seniors, this can be a slippery slope. As we age, our metabolism slows, and it becomes more difficult to burn off excess calories. The dense, satisfying flavor of macadamia nuts might encourage excessive snacking, which can contribute to weight gain and nutrient imbalances. Incorporating macadamia nuts in moderation is key, however. For seniors trying to maintain portion control, it's often better to choose lower-calorie and more filling nuts that provide greater satiety, like pistachios or almonds. Avoid macadamia nuts for better aging. While macadamia nuts are undoubtedly delicious, their high calorie density, saturated fat content, and potential challenges with dental health make them a less than ideal choice for seniors. The dangers of overconsumption and their lack of significant nutritional benefits compared to other nuts make them unsuitable for those looking to prioritize heart health, weight management, and overall longevity. Seniors who still enjoy the flavor of macadamia nuts should consider limiting their intake to special occasions, or better yet, opt for healthier nut choices like walnuts, pistachios, or almonds, which offer a more favorable nutrient profile and fewer health risks. Pine nuts. A risky choice for seniors. Pine nuts, often seen in pesto sauces, salads, and various Mediterranean dishes, are small, but their potential health risks for seniors can be larger than their size. Despite being rich in vitamins and minerals, they come with several downsides that can be problematic for aging bodies, especially when it comes to medication interactions, digestive issues, and health conditions that are more common in the elderly population. Before reaching for a handful of pine nuts, seniors should be aware of the following risks and understand why they should be cautious when including this nut in their regular diet. Drug interactions, a concern for seniors on medications. Seniors are more likely to take medications, particularly those for chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, cholesterol management, heart disease, and diabetes. Pine nuts contain compounds that may interfere with common prescription drugs, making them a risky choice for those who are regularly medicated. A notable interaction of concern is with blood pressure medications like ACE inhibitors, statins, and other antihypertensive drugs. Pine nuts contain a high amount of monounsaturated fats and omega-3 fatty acids, which can lower blood pressure. While this may sound beneficial, it could cause issues for those who are already on blood pressure medication. The combination of both could result in hypotension, dangerously low blood pressure, causing symptoms such as dizziness, fainting, fatigue, heart palpitations. Moreover, some medications for cholesterol management, such as statins, can also interact with certain compounds in pine nuts, potentially altering the effectiveness of the medication. Seniors on these types of medications should consult with a healthcare professional before incorporating pine nuts into their diet to avoid unintended complications. Number 4. Pine nut. One of the more unique and lesser-known side effects of eating pine nuts is the phenomenon known as pine nut syndrome. This condition is caused by consuming certain varieties of pine nuts that have been harvested from Pinus armandii trees, commonly found in China. While rare, it can cause an extremely unpleasant metallic taste in the mouth for up to 2 weeks. This syndrome occurs due to a particular chemical compound in certain pine nuts, which, when consumed, can result in a strange, bitter, and metallic aftertaste that significantly alters a person's ability to enjoy food and drinks. This issue is particularly common in sensitive individuals or those unfamiliar with the condition, as the aftertaste can be persistent and irritating. While pine nut syndrome is not typically harmful and does not require medical intervention, it can cause significant discomfort, especially for seniors who may already be struggling with appetite issues, which are common with aging. Seniors who experience a change in taste perception after eating pine nuts may find it difficult to maintain a healthy appetite, potentially leading to nutrient deficiencies and weight loss. Choking hazard, a concern for seniors with dental issues. As we age, our teeth and dental health tend to decline, leading to increased difficulty with chewing and swallowing certain foods. Pine nuts, although small in size, can pose a choking hazard if they are not chewed thoroughly. For seniors who have dentures, gum issues, or weak teeth, pine nuts may be more challenging to break down effectively, leading to the risk of choking or aspiration, food entering the windpipe. Additionally, seniors with swallowing difficulties, dysphagia, or reduced saliva production due to medication or aging may find it hard to process pine nuts properly, which increases the potential for choking. Pine nuts can also become lodged in dentures, causing discomfort or potentially damaging dental work. While whole pine nuts can be eaten safely by those without these issues, seniors who have any form of dental or swallowing difficulty should avoid eating whole pine nuts, opting instead for pine nut butter or finely ground versions that are easier to consume. Oxidation risk, spoilage, and nutritional loss. Another hidden risk of pine nuts is their high oxidation potential, which can lead to spoilage if they are not stored properly. Pine nuts, like other nuts, are prone to rancidity due to their high fat content, especially polyunsaturated fats. When exposed to air, heat, or light, these fats can break down and become oxidized, producing a bitter taste and potentially harmful compounds. For seniors, consuming rancid pine nuts can lead to digestive discomfort, including nausea and stomach cramps. Additionally, oxidized fats lose their beneficial health effects and can lead to free radical damage in the body, which accelerates the aging process and can contribute to the development of conditions like arthritis, cognitive decline, and cardiovascular disease. To avoid this issue, seniors must ensure that any pine nuts they consume are fresh and properly stored in an airtight container in a cool, dark place or refrigerated. This extra step might be inconvenient for seniors who are not accustomed to meticulous food storage, which further complicates the decision to include pine nuts in their regular diet. Conclusion: avoid pine nuts for seniors' well-being. While pine nuts do offer some health benefits, including protein, fiber, and vitamins like vitamin E and B vitamins, the risks associated with their consumption far outweigh these advantages for many seniors. Their potential for medication interactions, choking hazards, pine nut syndrome, and oxidation issues make them a risky choice, particularly when compared to other, safer nuts. For seniors seeking to boost their heart health, digestive function, and overall wellness, it's wise to opt for more reliable and less risky alternatives like almonds, pistachios, or walnuts. These nuts provide comparable nutritional benefits without the added risks, offering a better, more manageable option for aging individuals. With these considerations in mind, seniors should carefully assess the inclusion of pine nuts in their diet, ensuring that they prioritize safety and well-being in their food choices. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of nuts and their impact on senior health. Remember, the right nutrition can make all the difference, and small changes can lead to big improvements in your vitality. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video from Vitality Hub. Stay healthy and stay vibrant.